Today my project requires interpretive reading and poetry. Based on my own experience in the Toastmasters, there have been so many presentations, interpretive reading as part of their speech project. No, but I never understand. Maybe it's just me. So today, I am going to do something that is different. Now, the reason why I do not understand what they read is that I do not have the background information of the subject or of the poem that they are reading. You know, in reading and in listening, we are able to interpret the passage only if we are able to relate it to what we already know and to be able to predict as to what is going to happen. So what I'm going to do here is going to give you a background information about the piece of poetry that I am reading. Because poetry is different from prose. In poetry, the meaning is hidden. And then in prose, the meaning is exposed. Now in poetry, the meaning is expressed in images, pictures, so that it is going to evoke the emotion that the poet wants us to have, so that we are going to feel what the poet wants us to feel. So we are going to see what the poet wants us to see and to touch what the poet wants us to touch. Unless we are able to do that, we are not going to appreciate poetry. So in the poem that I am going to read, you see there are many kinds of poems. There's ode, it's a long poem. There's the sonnet, 14 lines. There's the haiku, which is Japanese, 4 lines. And what I am going to do today is what we call elegy. Elegy talks about a serious matter, a reflection of what the poet is thinking, normally about death, about sadness. And here the poem entitled Break, Break, Break is written by Lord Alfred Tennyson some 200 years ago. And he's talking about the death of his friend. But in his poem, he does not describe death. It is expressed through his images. The speaker, who is the poet, the poem starts with the speaker standing by the sea, watching the waves. As the waves hit the cliff, the rocks, the cracks, the stones, then the waves break. And then more waves come. They break and break and break, hence the title, Break. And he expresses, he sees things. There are some happy things, but he says, I'm not gonna have that because of what I have. And this is how he starts, and let me begin. And after that, if we still have time, I want interaction. I'm going to ask some questions. Here's the poem. Break, 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 on thy cold grey stones, O sea, and I would that my tongue could utter the thoughts that arise in me. Oh well for the sailor's lad that he sings with his boat at that bay. Oh well for the fisherman's boy that he shouts with his sister at play. Oh well for the sailor lad that he sings in his boats on the bay. And the stately ships go on to their haven under the hill. But oh, for the touch of a vanished hand and the sound of a voice that is still. Break, break, break on the foot of thy crags, O sea. But the tender grace of a day that is dead will never come back to me. Now, questions. What are the lines here that tell about death? He never talked about death, but the images. What do you think? He had used there the second stanza. But for the touch of a vanished hand and the sound of the voice that is still, the tender grace of a day that is dead will never come back to me. So he said, good for the waves because they break. But here in my mind, I don't know what to do because I always remember my dead friend who will never, ever come back to me. I will not be able to touch him. I will not be able to hear his voice. And that is the beauty of poetry. The meaning is hidden. And the more meaning we can give to it, the better it is. Thank you very much.